Choosing signals, the type that put you in the best position to be selected. Are you aggressive with this? Come on, ladies. Are you? Do you put yourself in the best position to be selected? Now, this is the talk here in the YouTube space. You'll see a lot of channels breaking this down in terms of relationships and that sort of thing. But the choosing signals is where it all begins. The eye contact, the smile, that initial start, putting yourself in position. Now, you see a lot of these TikTok compilation vids of women complaining about not being approached. Let's think about that for a second, because we're in a climate right now that doesn't cultivate that as a good idea. We're in a climate right now that is pushing this idea of that not being a good idea at all. There is a divide specifically between men and women. Okay, that divide is stretching so far out. And this really started to pick up new momentum after 2017 hashtag. So now there's no comfort with being able to approach a woman and give her a compliment. The very thing that used to work 15 years ago, create relationships, create a decent date. There were good dates once upon a time. I know we're in this climate where that's not the case for you ladies, but once upon a time, there was a rhythm to this, and that was created from the choosing signals, and the man would follow suit. But the very thing that would create these good moments, is now considered harassment. You have to remember this. We're in a new social climate right now. The climate has changed. So then that means you're going to have to adjust to what the social climate has become. Choosing signals. How do you use them? Are you reading the room? Are you reading the body language? Are you sending off those pheromones very aggressively, making it very obvious that that's exactly what you wish to do to that man over there? Putting yourself in the best possible position to be selected. For those of you ladies that are shy, oh boy, challenge. Yeah, because now you're going to have to do what you weren't comfortable doing in the first place. That man across the room may be one that you wish to have an experience with, and now you're going to have to come out of your shell. You're going to have to break through your comfort zone and trust the process. Be picked. Yes, the idea of being a pick-me, which is shunned by a lot of women and men, but it's needed. It's got to happen. We're in a very different social climate. Just look around. You wonder why you're not being approached. There's a risk. It's higher. The stakes have been raised today. This didn't happen just 15 years ago. It was easy. It was easy. People were better at reading body language just 15 years ago. Sure, there were quote unquote toxic situations. I kind of don't like using that word. I need to stop using that word so much. It's just overused. There was always a miss with these dealings, but there was some really good stuff that happened pre-Twitter, pre-social media. Good relations, possible, organic, very clear communication. But now it needs to be turned up to a level that maybe it wasn't before, where the communication has to be very straight in the beginning. There needs to be that indicator, and you ladies need to be a little bit more courageous in terms of letting the man know, oh no, I'm interested in you. Oh yes, I'm letting you know. We're in this conversation. I am present with you. I'm very present with you right now, and I'm enjoying this conversation, and I would love for this to continue. Absolutely. See, that has to be straight, and that's okay. That level of communication, really getting to the punch, and a real man will understand this and follow suit and take the lead and do what he does. Ah, yeah, the man will do this, and the process will work. It is a beautiful work of art. When I was working in radio, I used to love seeing this happen. I was never the guy that would cock block on other dudes. I was always that man that applauded the union of two people, whether short term or long term. You want a healthy situation, obviously. That's what I want. But I would always applaud that in my mind. Yeah, get together, enjoy. We're here to have a human experience, but you got to communicate. You got to let people know what's going on. I used to think this back in 2002, 2003. There needs to be that straightforward stuff. This gameplay needs to be done. That needs to be done. This is what I used to think. And in many of my dealings, I would be pretty straight. Yeah, there was some misses. Wasn't perfect. All right. There was some things that I needed to work on, but for the most part, pretty straightforward. Lay everything down. You know what you want and what you're looking for, and you're able to convey that to the other person. But again, it's the choosing signals that take you there. It's the eye contact. It's the smile. And I come over and approach and say, hey, is anyone sitting here? I noticed you were looking. Do you have about 5 minutes for some conversation? Are you open to that? All right. Boom. And then you begin the discussion. These kinds of things. Choosing signals, ladies. Men are afraid to do this today. They don't want to deal with the issues. They don't want to be accused of anything. They don't want to be accused of harassment just for giving a compliment, just for asking you, hey, is anyone sitting here? Oh, wow, that's a nice purse, or whatever they choose to start with, especially if it's intelligent. Because, of course, in some of you ladies' minds, it's been unintelligent stuff. You've had a whole lot of unintelligent stuff. Bam, bam, bam. So then you just broad stroke the entire map with this nonsense. Secure men know how to do this. So now, if you want results, you're going to have to do it very obvious. It's going to have to be very overt. Your desire for this man needs to be very overt. It cannot be covert anymore. That's not going to work. It's not. And I would say this should be done both in the open space, public settings, and online. Not every DM is a wasted DM. Yeah. You just got to know. You got to use that intuition. You have the gift. The signs are already there. You have it. You have this thing in you. You got to rely on it a little bit more, because that's what protects you, ladies. You have to engage the screening process, because the signs are there within the first 5 minutes, the first 10 minutes. Some of you already know this. Within the first month, everything's clear. See the body language, see the eyes, see the posture, see it all. It's there. Use your gifts and you'll know whether it's going to be a favorable situation or unfavorable situation. And a lot of times, women have chosen poorly and they get mad later because they wasted time. And now they're complaining and they're angry, blah, blah, blah. And now here we are, you see. Now we already know what you're going to say, ladies. The men, the bad, the yeah, we've heard that. Okay. The choosing signals, the screening process. Yeah. Seeing those signs, not ignoring the stuff that potentially could be unfavorable, being more intelligent about the choices that you make, where you go, who with, listen carefully. Use that ability that you have, because it's with you, ladies. You have it. That's your superpower, actually. That's your superpower. It's an amazing gift to be that receptive to energy like that. And it's all around you. Yeah. So use that, choose, overtly convey desire. Yeah. And then the outcomes will be different. To change your situation is to change your perception. Now, if you've had a lot of ill situations, nothing but ill situations, it's kind of hard to come out of the dark, because you've been programmed with those ill situations that, oh yeah, it's going to be ill. It's just not going to work. And you don't want to take the risk. It's a risk no matter what. It's a risk no matter what. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's a risk to go outside. It's a risk to get in your car. It's a risk to just function here down here on planet Earth. Oh, it's a risk all over. You can't turn risk off. The only way that you're going to find out anything, the only way that you're going to have gains, the only way you're going to get the outcome that you're seeking is to take risk and trust the process. You have a gift, let me remind you. You were born with the ability to detect intuition. You can see beyond the human eye. This is your gift, ladies. Smile, eye contact. Ah, yeah, if you have to get up and go over there, maybe walk by and obviously give it, just give it. You're going to have to do this now because the men are just kind of like stepping back. They're stepping back. They're like, no, nope. You might even have to start writing notes. Have you ever thought about that? Write a note. Say, hey, you know what? I would really love to spend some time with you. You're wearing a very nice suit. I love that. Come on over and join me. You know, something that clearly indicates interest. Clearly. It can't be coy. You can't be shy with this anymore. You can't. Because guess what? The sex bots are coming. Ladies, the sex bots are coming. You're going to be out of the equation if you don't change your program. For those of you that want results, for you ladies that want results, you want that interaction with a man. You want that protection from the man. You want all the goods. Ah, yeah. You want to be in presence with the man. Ah, yeah. You want that. Yeah. Some of you ladies still do. Yeah. You're not the loudest voice, unfortunately. It's starting to swell a little bit in the YouTube space, but there are no marches for this. There are no marches for this. Women out there marching in the streets saying, no, we want the men to. Yes, we want the men to approach. We want you to do this. Yes, we're here for you. We got it. We'll work with you. We'll work with you. We're gonna switch it up. We're gonna get this thing fixed here. You don't see this. It's the complete opposite. And you wonder why there's so many TikToks of ladies talking about not being approached, not being looked at, it not working. Choosing signals.